Well, Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt is the former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs. He joins us now live to discuss this further from Washington, DC. A pleasure to have you on the programme. So is the US right to be sending cluster munitions to Ukraine?
Yes, I think what makes cluster munitions fine in this case is this was at the request of President Zelensky. Cluster munitions were banned for many reasons, but primarily because they were used in countries in conflict. And in many cases, there was an issue about who would take care of picking up the cluster munitions, the bomblets, after the war. President Zelensky recognizes that this is a serious weapon that is needed at this serious time. And he is willing nowadays, with the marking technology that can locate all of the unexploded bomblets, of which there are very few, that he is willing to take that risk in order to support his counteroffensive.
OK, you called it a serious weapon. Maybe tell us more about the impact these weapons will have.
Yeah, I think we need to understand that this is not a conventional bomb. What happens is the bomb, the actual artillery round, explodes in the air and it drops small hand grenades down onto the ground. So it can hold a couple of dozen of these hand grenades inside the shell. The advantage of that is each of these bomblets can then destroy, in some cases, a vehicle, in another case, be used as a hand grenade, the way a soldier would typically carry this. This will be needed because the Russian trench lines are hard to attack from normal ground-based artillery. To be able to drop this, what the soldiers call steel rain, from above, it's a higher chance of being able to take out those troops inside the trench line. And there are other uses for these cluster munitions as well.
And Mark, can we get your take? The next NATO summit is coming up. Do you think Sweden's bid to join NATO will be successful?
It's yet to be seen. I think there's still some negotiations that need to go on behind the scenes in terms of addressing some countries' concerns about admitting Sweden, particularly given Sweden's record in terms of addressing potential terrorist organizations. And the recent burning of the Koran will not be helpful to the Swedish application. But I think that after negotiations in the background, many of the concerns of the nations that are opposing its entry can be satisfied. So I would hope by the end of the summit that there would be an announcement admitting Sweden into NATO.
OK, well, we'll see. We're following that closely here on TRT World. Thank you so very much indeed for your time, sir. Mark Kimmitt there, the former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs, joining us live from Washington, DC today.